Matt with Olympus Reptiles, and Kurt told me that his battery only has 114 minutes, so I don't know how I'm going to get done playing with my balls in that short of time, but we're going to try to get through this, and we'll try to get through playing with my balls in only 114 minutes together. I'm sure if we work together, we can figure out something to do with my balls for a little while. All right, let's get rolling. And this is clutch update. So this is clutch update for clutch number 4, which would be our killer bee clutch, right? That is a bumblebee bred to a pastel, hoping to hit some killer bees. Let's see what we got and show you how they're all doing. First snake up is this little super pastel. I can't pull her tub all the way out because she is a control tub, and you can see how nice that head is.
What is a control tub?
It's got where the probe is. So I just call it the control tub. Come on, there it is. Now you can really see it. So you can really see the head, how blushed it is, how crazy the pattern is, all that blushing. That's what tells you we're dealing with a super pastel right here. So really neat snake. Now, for those of you who want to breed, this will make pastels every time. For those of you who just want to pet, it's going to hold the colors a lot better, keep that really blushed look than a normal pastel would. Really awesome animals. So, you know, and these are something that's kind of like this elusive snake for us. They're not uncommon, they're pretty common, but we can just never seem to hit them. Like, I think we've only hit one until this year. All right, that brings us to the first killer bee. Also a male. A lot of males in this clutch early on. But right there you can see it. Killer bees are one of my favorite things to hatch. They just look so cool. And this is the same pairing that created our holdback female who we breed named Electra. Just beautiful colors. A lot of blushing on the black on our killer bee line. And also the head is very, very white. So I think they're excellent examples of what a killer bee should be. They're about as perfect as it can get for a killer bee. So put that little cranky monkey up. Oh, my phone's going off. That's really professional. Do you know what I'm not going to do? I'm not going to check it because that really would be unprofessional. So whoever you are on my phone, you're going to wait, okay? This is another killer bee. This thing's awesome. Let me tell you about this snake too. This is a little male, and again, same kind of thing, very light colored head, very blushed out. This is a little bit busier pattern. I really like how busy the pattern is on this. This is a snake that is never going to make it to being available, not because it's a holdback. We already sold this on a Patreon special. For those of you who are on our Patreon, you know what I'm talking about. For those of you that aren't on our Patreon, we sold this snake just now, like literally 5 minutes ago, for $150 shipped anywhere in the continental United States. That price included shipping. So we gave an excellent deal on this killer bee. So if you're not a member of Patreon, you should be, because that's the kind of stuff we do on there. We'll slide this one up. This was a rather big clutch, so we'll have several babies to go through. And now you'll see the difference, because this is a straight bumblebee, okay? So not a killer at all here. And you can see how different the sides look. There's a lot more speckling. It's a lot dirtier type pattern, a lot more like almost digital camo look in there. And the black is not nearly as blush. It's a lot more black. And if I can get her to show me the head, you can see the head's got a lot more black on it, and the color is not nearly as blush with a lot more colored lines on it. And I said her, it's actually a little boy. So that is a male bumblebee. Slide that one back in. And then, like I said, the odds were good to us. So yet another male killer bee. We hit a lot of them, but they all had penises, I swear. But these, like I say, you know, we'd only ever made one killer bee up until this year. And we should have made a lot more by the odds. It's just kind of waiting to catch up. And then all of a sudden, boom, this year we hit killer bee, killer bee, killer bee. So it was really cool to catch up. So we'll have 2 of these that we're going to be making available right after this video on Patreon to those folks for pre-sale. If they don't buy them, then we'll make them available to the general public. We'll have to kind of wait and see. Now we're going to get into some females, actually. But our females, we weren't lucky enough to catch as many genes on. However, you can see the type of spiders we work with to get the killer bees that we do. And they have a lot of nice white speckling in them. I like my spiders to have a lot of white. I also like my spiders to be fairly reduced. What I mean by that is I don't like the alien heads to have dots. So this would be a spider that if I needed a spider, I'd keep in a heartbeat. 1 dot. And nothing else on her dot-wise. Which means she can make some very clean combos when mixed together. I also like when the black dips all the way down. And you can see it doing that several places. And what that is that's by me picking the animals by hand that I want to use to breed to make the look that I want to make into my spiders. Now that may not be how everybody wants their spiders. I get that. It's how I want mine, so it's what I shoot for. And you can control that by the patterns you make. Now this is another little super pastel, we do believe. I probably will end up selling this snake, though, as just a pastel. The reason being is I do think it is a super, but I'm not 100% sold. And the only thing throwing me off is the blushing's really good, and I just think the head should be a little bit more white. So I'm probably going to call this just a very, very nice pastel. And if it ends up being a super, then somebody's getting kind of lucky. But that's what we'll probably start with on that one. So we'll put him right there. You're like, man, does this clutch ever end? Not yet. We're on to number 8. This is another, little one. Another little spider. This is another female. So again, really nice spider. And you can see that what I was talking about that I like in spiders does not happen by accident. Because again, one little dot. This one's got a second little dot, a third little dot. But it's still very reduced. There's not very many dots in the alien heads. And you have a nice pattern. You see the pattern running down into the belly in several places with the long elongated lines. This is, again, not done. Like, this is purposely done. So you can control that through line breeding and picking your holdbacks and picking your breeders. And there's what people talk about spider wobble, where it's upside down a little bit. This is because I've got it angry. But if you see the snake, it's not going to have any problems. It's really just trying to ball up. So I've seen normal snakes do that. Nothing that I have has shown a lot of wobble yet. Doesn't mean we won't get any that do. And this is one of my favorites of the clutch, actually. And it is a bumblebee. A little bumblebee female. Come here. But I just think the color on it is excellent. I really like the head pattern on it. It's much crisper than the other bumblebee we showed you. Definitely not a killer, though. You can see it in the sides. Even though it's got a lot of dirt here, it cleans up nice on the sides. The white's really showing through, and the contrast is really good. So, really neat bumblebee. There's its belly. And like I say, probably my favorite animal of the clutch. And that is 180409. And that is the last animal of that clutch. Woo! Wait a minute. It's not. I lied. We got 180410. You broke your water dish. I'm going to fix that. And this one is an angry, grumpy little normal. Just grumpy it's going to be. And you can see how stiff it is. That's why I know it's grumpy. And we will fix its water dish. It just busted the glue. I was being cheap and didn't use enough on it. But when they sit there stiff like that, that's how you know when they're going to be a little bit more angry, a little bit more defensive posture. But you can get a kind of a good view of that. Really cool belly, really nice looking normal snake. Also eating very well. And again, this is a classic, straight out of Africa, whatever you want to call it. But this is what started everything, and really pretty. So, that is it. That is the last one. All right, before we get off of here, Jen, because Question Girl is actually doing chores right now, so she couldn't be here. So Key Grip Jen is filling in for Question Girl. So Key Grip Jen, do you have any Question Girl questions?
I feel like I should, because I'm filling Question Girl's shoes, but I don't have any questions.
Yeah, see, I just can't fill Question Girl's shoes all the time on that. All right,
I have a question.
Kurt has a question. I was going to say, maybe Kurt's got one. We got him trained up. What's your question, Kurt?
Where did they come up with the name Killer Bee?
I wasn't there when that got named, but I would imagine it's just because the Super Pastel pretties it up and it just looks killer. Plus, killer sounds good. And you want your names to sound good, right? It's marketing. Marketing 101. And everything that gets Super Pastel typically gets a killer connotation now. So you get like killer clowns, which is a Super Pastel clown. Killer zebra bees, things like that. So killer just typically denotes that it has Super Pastel in it. So no big thing there. I don't know who started that, though, or where it came from. Any other questions?
No.
All right, I'm going to get off here, fix this little guy's water dish while I do, and we'll catch you all next week.